ago, in June of 1975, I was part of the first graduating class at East High School. We held the ceremony in front of the building because we did not have this stadium. It was a very special time. It was graduation 1975. Tonight is also very special, the 25th graduating class from East High School. To make this evening even more memorable, I've invited representatives from each of the graduating classes from 1975 through 1998 to help us celebrate the accomplishments of our newest class of graduates. Please join me in welcoming the past graduates of Westchester East High School. It is my distinct honor to present to you the Westchester East High School graduating senior class of 1999.
Pardon. I'm free. What?
Promises to keep. When we were born, teeny tiny bundles of red-faced potentials, our parents made us promises to bring us upright, to keep us from all the mistakes they made, and to give us every chance they never had. As we grew up, we lived in the promises of our parents, began to make fledgling promises of our own, unaware of the power of our words. With each promise broken, we discovered our words are only as good as our actions, and with each promise kept, we took pride in who we were becoming, and bit by bit let our childish nature slip away. Today we stand on the edge of a land filled with promise, ready to take our own steps, stretch out our stride, fulfill our promises to ourselves and others, keeping our promise for a better tomorrow.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you for coming to our 25th graduation exercises. We are honored by your presence. As I stand here before you tonight, I am witness to many things. The sea of red and gold lies before me, the bright smiles of each and every one of you, striving to become the best you can, waiting to experience what the next years hold for you. One of the most prominent visions before me is a display of people who love us, people who are proud of us tonight. Last year, I was an usher at these commencement exercises. While I was walking out of the stadium, I noticed a truly extraordinary event. There was a woman walking in with her 2 young children by her side and her husband behind her. She had a big, round belly, evidence that another little one was on the way, and her husband was pushing an elderly woman in a wheelchair. It was the most touching thing I had seen in a long, long while. This woman who appeared to be struggling in her last weeks of pregnancy, her husband pushing and maneuvering the difficult wheelchair, and her 2 beautiful wide-eyed children all coming together to watch a son or a daughter or a grandchild or a sister or a brother on the most important day of their lives thus far. Tonight, we look around and we see similar people who have been there for us through thick and thin, our parents, who have made this such memorable time for all of us. They packed our lunches, they helped us with our homework, they got out the milk and cookies when we were too little to reach. They tried to comfort us by saying, you know, when I was your age, and they left us alone when we gave them that look like, not another when I was your age story. They took pictures of us, even if we didn't want to go to that dance, even if we just sat on that bench. They came to see everything we did, from plays to sports games, and probably shouted, over here, smile, one too many times. And now they feel distraught because we are leaving, perhaps to go to college, perhaps to start a job, maybe even moving to another town. But we as graduates have promises to keep. We have a promise to our parents and loved ones to keep ourselves safe, to know the difference between right and wrong, to learn from our mistakes, to build strength within ourselves. We have a promise to remember that our parents gave us life, and even though they are our lives, a little piece of them is always in us. We must promise to always keep striving for the best, and even if we don't reach paradise, it is our parents who will be there when we fall. We as graduates must promise to follow the same path our parents have in raising us. Following their example, we can do anything. We promise to read to our children like our fathers did, wipe away tears like our mothers did, and listen like only parents can. We will grow and bloom and radiate our energies to become bright, smart men and women. We promise to become a success, either in our minds or in yours. We must promise to live the remainder of our lives in peace and in caring, giving to our children the opportunities that you have given to us. As parents, you must also make some promises. You must promise to love us as much when we're 30 as much as you do today, for we would never have gotten anywhere without it. You must promise to live a safe, healthy life, for we worry about you too. And you must promise to let us free to blossom into the brilliant stars you know we can become. You dads must promise to walk us little girls down the aisle, and you moms will still have to drag your son shopping for years to come. And don't think you're off the hook just yet. You still have grandchildren to consider. As for my parents, I promise to keep you close to my heart and to do the best I can. Thank you, I love you, and I will become what you've become to me. Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and fellow students. My name is Tabia Parker, and for the past year, I have the pleasure of serving as SAD president. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a young man who has earned varsity letters in both tennis and cross country, a young man who served as co-captain of the academic competition team. In addition, a young man who has worked with the IU student foreman in an effort to establish good relations between area high schools. In the fall, he will be enrolling into the United States Naval Academy with hopes of eventually working in the field of computer programming. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Joshua Ebersol.
Good evening. Tonight we graduate. This is the culmination of 4 years of work, a lot of learning, a lot of growing. But before we get in too big a hurry to walk down this aisle and into the next stage of our lives, I challenge you to bear with me for a few minutes and consider this. There's been a lot of talk in the last few weeks about succeeding in life. We've been hearing it from our teachers, from our parents, our relatives, and our friends. And I don't mean to belittle any of these comments. They certainly have their place. But it seems like I almost always hear the word success used in conjunction with the words job, college, and money. There's no doubt that job, college, and money are all very important. But doesn't there have to be something more? I mean, is that why we're here? To get a degree and a comfortable middle management position in some big corporation? All with the hope that someday we'll be able to buy a nice house with a big yard? I'm a strong believer in the idea that true fulfillment in life, true success, is not determined by the size of your retirement account or the price tag on the car you have parked in the driveway. So what is it that will bring you happiness? As I wrote this speech, 3 things came to mind. The first is relationships. Cicero once said, "Is not prosperity robbed of half its value if you have no one to share your joy?" The relationships that we build with our families, our friends, and God are what make the good times in our life wonderful and the bad times bearable. There is nothing quite like a friend who knows you as well as you know yourself. Their advice is invaluable, their company is always welcome, and their laughter is contagious. And if there ever comes a time in your life when the friends that you've had aren't there anymore, always remember that no matter how lonely it gets, God still loves you. A second thing that will bring you success in life is a job. Everybody needs something to do. Humans have this strange desire to accomplish something, to be good at something. It doesn't matter whether you're a welder, a homemaker, or a brain surgeon. But beware of taking a job for the paycheck. Some of the happiest people in the world have a low income and absolutely love what they do. And likewise, some of the most miserable people around are the ones who have a job that they despise but can't quit because the money's just too good. My mother's always said to me, Josh, find something you love to do and figure out how to get paid for it. I think it's pretty good advice, although I'm still looking for someone who will pay me to sleep full time. The third thing that I think will bring you success and happiness is probably not as widely accepted as the first two. Orson Marden once said, "To many a man, and sometimes to a youth, there comes the opportunity to choose between honorable competence and tainted wealth. The young man who starts out to be poor and honorable holds in his hand one of the strongest elements of success." I think integrity is incredibly important, and I find the fact that this year's graduation theme is promises to keep very appropriate. There is nothing quite as admirable in a person as good old-fashioned honesty. And have you ever noticed how content honest people are? To be honest is to hide nothing, to be at peace with yourself and who you are, and that is an incredible freedom. Let's be a generation that keeps its promises. I've always thought that the best way to gauge how successful you've been in life is to imagine yourself at your own funeral. It's a rather morbid way to think, I suppose, but the more you consider it, the more it makes sense. Who's going to be at your funeral? Will they miss you? Why? Many of the richest people in this country die unmourned. Some would insist that these people were very successful. They had the house and the boat and the job and the college and the money. But how does anything they ever accomplish make them successful if people don't care that they're gone? The simple truth is they had their priorities wrong. Nobody's ever said on their deathbed, "Gee, I wish I'd spent more time at work." They say, "Why didn't I spend more time with my family?" Or, "Why did I waste my entire life doing something I hated?" Let's not fall into that trap. Instead, let's be good friends and hard workers. Let's be men and women of integrity. And most of all, let's live our lives so that when people come to our funerals, they'll have a hard time deciding whether to cry because we're gone or to smile at our memory.
Good evening. My name is Jaron Warwick, and for the past year, I've had the privilege to serve you as Student Council President. It is my high honor to introduce the class of 1999's valedictorian, a young lady who is president of the French National Honor Society, who participates in the Science Olympiad team, and who is head of the Envirothon team. A young lady who plans to attend Swarthmore College, where she will pursue studies in mathematics and physics. A young lady who will also continue her cello performance at Curtis Institute of Music. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Robin Leslie Smith.
Good evening. A multitude of promises have been made to us as students. The government provides us with a safe and secure education system. Administrators make this system run smoothly. Teachers equip us with knowledge, help us develop an appreciation for their subjects, and encourage us to develop a passion for the fields we enjoy the most. Together, these people provide us with the tools we need to succeed. As we graduate, we must promise ourselves to use these tools to continue pursuing goals and seeking happiness. Our secure and stable existence will soon be left behind. If the world were predictable and no obstacles threatened to hinder our progress, we could forget the lessons learned here and proceed with confidence. However, the truth is that many of us face the future with uncertainty and fear. For this reason, we need to keep memories of our past experiences fresh in our minds. These strong memories will serve as armor to protect us as we step into new situations and form new relationships. All too soon, we will find ourselves in awkward situations with new co-workers and college roommates. Instead of fighting with siblings, we will battle with total strangers. These struggles will test our character. To avoid embarrassment, we can always recall what we have learned from past relationships. We must promise to remember the wisdom instilled in us by our parents and teachers. By combining the security of the knowledge conveyed by our teachers with the independence granted by our parents, we will gain confidence. We will open our minds to new opportunities, and we will be free to challenge ourselves with exciting new ideas. Despite the many changes we will undergo, we must remain true to our original ambitions. As we adapt to our new surroundings, we must never lose sight of that which is most important to us. We've each developed goals which we must promise ourselves to hold on to. These may be the only part of us which remains constant, but they are important because they bring meaning to our lives and purpose to our existence. Most likely, our lives will blossom with the beauty of complexity. At East, we have already become experts at juggling obligations to school and family, along with outside activities and social life. Regardless of the complex lives we lead, we must strive to make and keep several promises to ourselves. To begin with, the promise to live with integrity will help us become independent, be able to express ourselves clearly, and have the capacity to graciously accept praise, criticism, and responsibility. Second, the promise to take responsibility for our lifelong learning and individual growth will enable us to search for peace within ourselves. This inner peace must be attained before we can reach out to others and strive for world peace. Third, the promise to discover our true passionate interests will help us develop the optimism required to think creatively. A positive outlook will give us courage to seek solutions to injustice, poverty, and war. The final and most important promise is to never abandon the quest for happiness. Each of us must feel comfortable being ourselves and take responsibility for maintaining our individuality. This uniqueness will drive us to find true happiness. Indeed, the world needs devoted individuals like Luc Montagnier and Robert Gallo, who discovered the AIDS virus, or Rachel Carson, who started the environmental movement, to create innovative solutions to the problems which plague our planet. In striving to keep these promises to ourselves, we can draw upon the resource of experience to make this world better for our children. All those around us have fulfilled their promises by serving as role models and conveying to us the knowledge needed for success. In turn, we must promise to use these tools along with our own talents and gifts to become all we are capable of becoming. At East, we have acquired the power and knowledge we need to shape our futures and fulfill our promises. The only necessary components remaining are a belief that we can be successful and a passionate desire to succeed. Dr. Seuss wrote, "Oh, the places you'll go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose." Now, as we point our feet toward the future, I wish for you success and happiness.
And tonight, as the President of the National Honor Society, I have the distinguished honor to welcome a man who achieved success in his education as he graduated salutatorian of his high school class and went on to the University of Virginia and eventually graduated from the medical school at Tufts University. A man who earned success in his profession. He was a staff physician at Fort Defiance Indian Hospital in the Navajo Nation and is currently an assistant professor at the University of Pennsylvania. And a man who continues to dedicate himself to others and to his profession as both a doctor and a teacher. It is my pleasure to introduce you the salutatorian of the graduating class of 1984, Dr. Jeffrey Jager.
Thank you. Let me first say what an incredible honor it is to be invited back to East to deliver this address. Let me next say congratulations to the class of 1999, to Josh and to Robin, and to your parents, your friends, and your relatives. You have so much of which to be proud. I know that sounds a little odd, but you have to talk correctly when you're in front of your old English teachers. It's important. When I was asked by Mr. Rotundo to give this speech, my mind went blank. What could I do to make a lasting impression on you and your families on this important day? Tradition says I should give you all sorts of good advice and tell you about how the rest of your life lies ahead of you. but I was taught in Mr. McCann's seminar English class to eschew or avoid tradition, so I will do so. My first idea was to don a mummer suit and to lead you all in a string band rendition of Who Got the Hooch. Unfortunately, my mummer suit has been at the cleaners since my bachelor party, and I haven't played any stringed instrument since I left stage band in 9th grade. Sorry, Mr. Dreisbach. So that idea was out. I remembered 15 long years ago sitting where you now sit, and I was thinking of exactly what I wanted to hear from the speaker. I'll be brief. I mean, let's face it, you're excited, and I'm the only thing standing between you and the rest of your life. Right now, you're thinking, come on, Rip Van Winkle, finish it up quick. Because there's a beach chair sitting in the Jersey sun with my name on it that's fading fast. So I started thinking, what could the speaker have said that I might have taken to heart, that might have made my path through these last 15 years a little easier? What do I wish I'd heard on my graduation day? And I thought of 3 things. First, sometime in your life, sooner rather than later, get a good look at the rest of this beautiful country, especially the West. Contrary to what I thought when I grew up in Westchester, the western border of the United States is not Lancaster. Too many people make vague plans to drive across the country, and they put them off, and they find easier things to do with their vacation, and the Jersey Shore is so close. And when then you're 28, you have 2 kids, you can't get off work, and then it's impossible. You cannot truly appreciate what it means to be an American, what men and women your age fought and died for here in Chester County 220 years ago, without getting in your car, buckling your seatbelt, and taking in the majesty of this country. The West is a magical place. You can meet people who can trace ancestors in this country before Columbus. You can see tomorrow's weather heading towards you from 100 miles away, and you can see the desert, the ocean, and snow-capped mountains in the same weekend without needing a passport. No one else in the world is as lucky as we are in this regard, so take advantage of it. The second thing, make your voice heard by your elected officials in your life. Vote in every election you can. If anyone ever tells you that your voice does not make a difference, vote and write and call and fax and show up in Washington until you prove them wrong. I urge every one of you to pick one issue you feel strongly about and write a letter this summer to Rick Santorum, Arlen Specter, Joe Pitts, or Bill Clinton. Do it at senior week. Tell them they're doing a great job or tell them they stink. It's simple and quick, and it is a great rush to get a letter from one of your elected representatives and know that you have been a fly in the ointment. You may be the one who changes their mind about Kosovo, about abortion, about gun control, the price of peanut butter, or whatever it is you decide is important. No one on earth is happy all the time with the way things are, but unlike everyone else on this planet, you have the power and the responsibility to do something about it. Now, the third and final thing I would like to have heard from that speaker that day. She was probably about the age I am now, and to me at 18, she looked too old to dance, too old to stay up past 10 o'clock, too old to listen to really, really loud music. It was so hard for me sitting in that red robe to imagine who I would be down the road, what I would look like, what I would think about, what would make me as happy in 15 years as I was on that graduation night. So, what makes me happy? I'll be brief. 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to work with a visiting medical student from Guatemala named Oscar Marroquin. At the time, I was a resident, a doctor in training, and Oscar worked under my supervision for a month. He struck me as a smart guy and a nice guy, and I wrote down his address in my book. I forgot all about him, like you often do with people you've known only briefly. Eventually, I erased his name from my book to make room for other names. Sure enough, last month, when I went to Presbyterian Hospital in Philadelphia, where I was now acting as the attending doctor for a group of other doctors in completing their training, Oscar was there. He had moved to the United States 3 years ago to be a medical resident and was now again working under my supervision. He had become a fine physician. He was calm and cool. He looked at the whole patient. He could tease out the important details from the stream of information. Most importantly, he was good to his patients. He touched their hands when he talked to them, and he spoke to them in a way they could understand. I was so proud to have played a role in his education those 5 years back. Oscar's excellence was to his credit, but I felt that in some part it reflected on me as one of his teachers. I realized then that no amount of personal accomplishment ever feels as good as an accomplishment by one student. That, being a good teacher, is what rocks my world at the ripe old age of 33. Then I thought back to tonight's theme, Promises to Keep. Sure, graduating today may represent the fulfillment of a promise you made to your parents, to yourself, or to a certain teacher or mentor. But there's an unspoken promise hidden in your accomplishments today. That is the promise that you will take the skills you gained here at East and teach. We give you this diploma. Promise us that you will take what was given to you and shape it into lessons for the people you contact every day for the rest of your life. Go out there and find the joy in teaching. Teach your neighbors, your roommates, your parents, your kids, and your coworkers. Some of you will teach formally in a classroom or a lecture hall, but all of you will teach by example for your whole lives. Hopefully you too will have that opportunity like I had with Oscar to see that unspoken promise made here on your last day at East fulfilled in the shining actions of another. Moments after you cast a stone into the water, it has hit the bottom and it may never move again. But immediately the ripples start to spread. They hit the shore and bounce back, they amplify and they crest and roll, and they make waves and they rock the boat. The stone is now cast. Keep that promise and never let the waters around you be still again. Thanks.
You will be making many new decisions on your own and choosing new friends without as much guidance from your parents. You will find all types of people to choose from. Some will be good influences on you and will enrich your lives. Others will be a negative or even destructive influence and have the potential to lead you astray. The choices will be yours to make, so please choose wisely for your future safety and happiness. And lastly, on behalf of the Westchester School Board of Education, my blessings and best wishes to all of you for a happy and successful life ahead. Keep a piece of your heart in Westchester, and y'all come back. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laura Barron. I had the pleasure of serving as East School Board Advisor this past year. In that role, I learned a little bit about politics, how to speak in public, and most importantly, I learned from one woman what it means to be a great leader. She is a former teacher, coach, and assistant principal of East, and is currently in her second year as superintendent of our district. She is one of the most caring and dedicated persons I have ever encountered, and she has a genuine interest in the students of our district, especially at East. It is my distinct honor to introduce a great leader and a friend, Dr. Janet P. Shaner.
You have the distinction of being the last class to graduate before the new millennium. Everyone, yes, go ahead. Everyone is caught up in the Y2K craze, making preparations and fearing the unknown. It's a path we are headed down that none of us has ever been before and won't encounter again in our future. Some would have you believe that the world is going to come to an end on December 31st and that planes will fall out of the sky. I don't believe either of those predictions. We in the school district are making plans to prepare for the what if and to ensure that our systems will function and that schools will be open. Businesses are checking banking, electrical, mechanical, and computer systems to make sure they are Y2K compliant. My message to you this evening is that life is full of beginnings and endings. Take a moment and think about it. The end of the 20th century is almost here, and we are all anticipating the 21st century. Think of the merchandising which is occurring to welcome the year 2000, from countdown clocks to clothing with catchy sayings. We who live in this part of the country enjoy 4 seasons each year. They come and go. We look forward to the end of winter and the beginning of spring. changing the sports we enjoy from sledding to baseball, the clothes we wear from wool to cotton, and the flowers that bloom from poinsettias to daisies. Children get excited about going on vacation and beginning the trip in the car, only to get as far as I-95 and ask, "Are we there yet?" hoping that the end is in sight very soon. Yes, most of us would even have to admit they enjoy the end of summer and the beginning of a new school year and all the excitement which accompanies it. New clothes, new friends, new teachers. We anticipate starting a new book and then try to guess the ending, particularly if it's a mystery. We marvel at the birth of a baby and mourn at the death of a family member or friend. Think of the excitement of a wedding and all the plans and love that go into the event, which is the beginning of a new life for two individuals. And then the closure and disappointment of a broken relationship or a divorce, and the dreams and promises which are destroyed. All of these are examples of beginnings and endings, the yin and yang of life. These are experiences we all have as human beings. Well, as the class of 1999, it's your ending and beginning we're celebrating tonight. 13 years of schooling are at an ending, and the beginning of something new is just a few minutes away. You'll stop saying, "I'm a senior at East High School," and start saying, "I'm a graduate of East High School." It's a happy time. It's a sad time. It's a time of fearing just a little bit of what is ahead and unknown, just like Y2K. But that's all right. Beginnings and endings are good and healthy and necessary. Meet each new beginning with optimism and enthusiasm, and know that there will be many beginnings and endings along the way, but that's very normal. I believe you are prepared for whatever lies ahead of you if you apply the skills you've learned at East. To quote Robert Frost, in 3 words he said, "I can sum up everything I know about life. It goes on." So let's bring closure to this chapter in your life and begin your new adventure. At this time, I am pleased and proud to present the class of 1999 for your diploma.
Joshua David Ebersol. Jennifer Lynn DiMucci, Anna Beatrix Friends. Courtney Elizabeth Johnson, Melissa Jean Baker. Laura Ann Barron, Milan Karankale Alex. Jaron Keith Warwick, Tabia Saran Parker. Robert Joseph Blesia, Alfredo Asin. Michael A. Bonner, Jerome Lamont Adams. Mark Allen Bostic, Alicia Kate Alexander. Not good. Michael A. Bowers, Jamar L. Alston. Mark A. Boyd, Amy Elizabeth Anderson. Ernest Spiros Angelos. Richard Boyd, Seth A. Baylor. Jeanette Lavon Boyer, Melissa Lee Balo. Samantha Lynn Bain. Trisha Brodigan, Kiran Bajwa. Karen E. Brem, Michael David Barbone. David Carl Bremner, Ryan Bosner. Matthew Bridges, Timothy Bogger. Christopher James Brignola, Jennifer Lynn Beck. Laura Elizabeth Brinkschulte, Jody Beth Biesecker. Brian Joseph Travis Brown, Dave Bellis. Joseph George Brown, Catherine Hope Bent. T. Caitlin Brown, Joseph Daniel Berardi. Joseph F. Burns III, James Joseph Bilata. Joseph M. Burns, Mary Catherine Carr. Kendra A. Butcher, Kevin Andrew Carrigan. Brian Glenn Callahan, Kevin Joseph Cassidy. Jamie Lynn Cannon, Helen M. Chan. Andrew Richard Cantwell, Helen J. Chang. Amy Diane Corvino, Eunice W. Chung. Matthew J. Costello, Karen Ann Christensen. Bradley M. Fort, Tammy Marie Clapper. Christopher M. Craven, LaKoya Tamika Coleman. In absentia, Kenneth Prose, Kara Ann Colley. David C. Crofthamel, Lindsay M. Collins. Candace Lee Currow, Robert Paul Collins. Sean Brinton Davis, Sulamar Cologne. Christopher Francis DiPiano, Ashley Eden Comstock. Frank Albert DeFeo, Stanley Charles Cook. Christopher Tyler Diederich, Nicole Cooper. Michael C. DeMeo, Brett Allison DeMarzick. Maria Kristen Dinger, Richard John Egoville.
Come on now,
Laura M. D. Sabatino, Steve Eister.
Oh, I'm telling Lori.
Roseanne DiVernieri, Sarah Lauren Ann Faison. Katie Lynn Duran, Trenton Allen Hayato Farmer. Douglas J. Dodson, Regina Ford. Tara W. Doherty, Monica Forsrud. Robert Emery Downing, Andrew Patrick Found. Nathan John Doyle, Vanessa Campbell Found. Scott Duncan, Christopher Michael Francella. Patricia Mary Dunn, Nicole J. Franchetti. Jason J. DuPont, Elizabeth Franzen. Joshua Ryan Dutil, Daniel Frattenduano. Mark Charles Genoa, Margaret Frederick. Jeffrey R. Giangulio, William A. DePaulo. Ryan E. Gibbs, Andrew I. Gadaletto. Tanisha Shabri Gibson, John Robert Gagliardi. Elizabeth Yarrow Blom Lathbury, Luke Aaron Gale. Timothy Ryan Gormley, Andrew B. Garcia. Danielle Melissa Gorney, Anthony Michael Gaspari. Thomas Benjamin Gotthold II, Jonathan Andrew Gass. Tara Marie Grabanian, Jeffrey Scott Gaunt. Kristen Renee Graves, Kaylin Marie Carmer. Jessica Eileen Greet, Daryl J. Hay III. Jamie Christine Griffith, Ted Hine. Benjamin K. Grimm, Ralph Marin Halou. Christopher Richard Guarini, Jennifer Hendrick. Heather Marie Hall, Amanda Lynn Herr. Patricia Lynn Halleck, Dawn Marie Hess.
Where's the video camera? Come on!
Andrea Josephine Heyman, Julie L. Hewitt. Alicia R. Hampton, Kenneth C. Hill. David M. Hardy Jr., George R. Hitchcock. Brandon W. Hargrave, Rebecca Ruth Holland. Kevin Earl Johnson Jr., Gregory Joseph Coppermazian. Katrina Eileen Jolicoe, Michael Huggins. David W. Jones, Patrick C. Hutchison. Megan Renee Jones, Samantha Joyce Ivory. Wallace Joseph Kahn III, Aaron Demetrius Jackson. Shauna Kane, Charles A. Jackson. Nicole Cardine, Benjamin A. James. Dean M. Kiefer, Daniel Lester Janowski. Walter J. Keller, Kristen Nicole Jefferson. William Joseph Kelnock, Lindsay L. Kuykendall. Sarah Erin Kirsch, Bryn R. Lacey. Dennis Kim, Victoria Jean LaRosa. Lucas Klima, Rosa Lau. Mary Allison Knox, Jerry Snow Letterman. Michelle D. Cook, Byung-Kil Lee. Stephen P. Koskarian, Byung-Hun James Lee.
That's the kicker.
Jonathan Z. Kostasic, Brendan Lemaster. Stephen A. Kovac, Jason Douglas Lemon. Benjamin A. Kowalski, Michelle Lynn Lempa. Dennis Robert Kazubal, Kimberly Ann Lender. Jelana McNeil Kreider, Jennifer Lynn Rio. Alexander M. Kresge, Carrie Lee Lenhart. John P. Malasinski, Jeffrey S. Levinson. Stephanie Lynn Malloy, Robert Libera. Nina M. Maneri, Seth Little. Daniel Durnell Mansfield, Todd William Little. Daniel Patrick Morano Jr., Arthur James Loader. Mandy Nicole Marie, Todd Joseph Longan. Jason Marks, Michael J. Luke. David R. Marone, Amy Catherine Lynch. Lauren E. Mastrilli, Jennifer Donna Maffei. Matthew J. McAlary, Megan A. McCabe. Matthew John McEnany, Jeffrey Michael McCann. Aaron Keith McBride, David R. McDivitt. In absentia, Christine Moore, Tate R. McDonald.
I love you, Dave.
Edmundo Edgar Morales, Gretchen Nicole McDougall. Michelle L. Morrison, Christy Elizabeth McDowell. Allison Nicole Molden, Susan G. McGinley.
I need to calm yourself over there. Yeah, Alicia, you want to keep it clean, please?
Brooke Ellen Mullet, Megan Christine McKenney. Lindsay C. Nash, Brian McVeigh. Evan R. Neal, Eric John Meehan. Kelly M. Nealon, Laura Menon. Amber Dawn Nelson, Sheila Kennedy Mensick. Kristen Marie Nelson, Nicholas John Messina. Jessica Leon Nguyen, Karen Meyer.
Yeah, Jess!
Jeffrey Robert Nichols, Christopher J. Miller. Raymond John Novino Jr., Rakiba Mohammed. David James Nussbaumer, Christopher Lee Mollendijk. Curran James O'Connor, James Michael Molyneux. Luke O'Day, Laura Jean Montalewski. Taylor Oldie, Anthony Richard Monterosso. Jillian Noel Owen, Alexander Joseph Patrick Montgomery III. Jason Vance Packard, Kyle A. Patel. Amy Louise Pardo, Dennis G. Payne. Ashley Elaine Richter, Jason Cordova Pease. James Carl Reben Jr., Vincent Perry Jr. Catherine Marie Riley, Gregory W. Peterson. John J. Ritter, Carissa Michelle Petrilia. Christopher M. Robbins, Marita Sophia Peterson. Emma Robles, Christopher B. Pike. David C. Ross, Jennifer L. Pitt. Mary Carolyn Riddell, Derek Andrew Pizarro. Michael Vincent Sajeski, Nicholas K. Perini. Megan Lorraine Salmon, Jacob Potts.
Hi, Megan.
Worthy Andrew Sanders, Lindsay Catherine Purse.
I got pants on.
Christian Laszlo Sander, Lauren Elizabeth Brazel. Daniel Santos, Edward J. Rates III. Nicole Saracino, Christopher Brunali. John M. Schaefer, James Ellery Reader IV. Matthew R. Schaub, Jennifer Rigo. Krista Lynn Schroth, Stephen J. Reindl. Megan Schultz, Whitney C. Rhodes. Lindsay Elizabeth Schuessler, Timothy J. Selby. Daniel Patrick Scott, Matthew John Senator. Matthew Blaine Spiker, Jennifer Nicole Sheets. Timothy G. Spellman, Melissa Lynn Shelton. Brandon Michael Spinner, Karen Elizabeth Sherman. Pamela Stein, Kurt Simon. Allison Lee Steinmeier, Jacob Daniel Skinner. John F. Strasser, Carrie Mills. David Segalski, Jennifer Marie Sloan. Amanda Joy Sunquist, Christopher John Smith.
Let's go, Smith.
Charles E. Swope Jr., Matthew V. Smith. Stephen Lee Smith II. Sarah Elizabeth Telhorster, Tanya Miracle Smith. Maxwell Glenn Carroll, Jennifer S. Snell. Laura Lee Femmons, Brian Scott Snyder. Doris Carol Thomas, Mary Frances Spears. Jeffrey Peter Thomas, Samantha Waldy. Gary W. Thompson, Ryan M. Walt. Jason William Thompson, Kristen Marie Walker. Jeffrey A. Thompson, Bo Wang. Joshua Thresher, Mark A. Warhol. Allison Tidball, Brian C. Washington Jr. In absentia, Lucas Tiffany, Justin Christopher Watson. John R. Timko, William R. Wheeler. Tone Q. Tran, Maria Elizabeth Whitehead. Eric Trachtenberg, Kyle Lawrence Williams. David Ellsworth Triplett, Jacqueline Marie Weston. Lindsay E. Tronsoliti, Shirley Wong. Jahira Estelle Vasquez, Carrie Nicole Watson. John O. Wittig, Robin L. Wright. In absentia, Chun Husha, Eric Thomas Young. Lisa Michelle Yadavia, Rachel Elizabeth Young. Jay Yao, Lindsay Uhas. Christopher Yarnell and Lauren A. Zach.
Will Robin Smith and Josh Ebersole please lead the class of 1999 from this, our 25th silver anniversary commencement.
Okay.
Thank you, God.
Mr. McFadden, we just want to say good luck to everyone in the class of 99.9. 99! Alright, I just want to say it's been the best 4 years of my life. We finally made it. Thank you, Jesus. I love you. 99, and I'm gonna miss everybody. Woo!
All right, congratulations, class of 1999. I'm glad it's over, and I love Ben.
Woo! We just want to say congratulations to all our co-seniors and good luck next year with whatever path they take, and we'll see you at senior week.
Class of 1999, good luck to everybody. We had a great night tonight. We thought it was going to rain, but came through. Beautiful skies, great evening, not too hot. And I want to say you were the best class to go through East High School, and you'll always have a place, as I said, here at East. Good luck and congratulations.
I'm so tired, I can't sleep. Standing on the edge of something much too deep. It's funny how it feels so much, I cannot say a word. We are screaming inside, oh, we can't be heard. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. So afraid to love you, more afraid to lose, clinging to a past that doesn't let me choose. Where once there was a dark